said, I can't. I said, we're family. I can't believe it. She's like, we family. How come we ain't got no pictures together?
Like one group picture. She like outside one day, like we just gonna take off like. Right. I'm content with that. Since y'all don't like pictures.
Your Honor, good morning. Can you all hear me or no?
Yes. Good morning. I can hear you. Yes. How are you?
Okay. I'm doing well, thanks. Sorry, I'm on the road right now, so that's why I'm not on the video. But I do have
No
Reginald
worries.
Thomas, who I understand is going to be arraigned this morning.
Let me see. Reginald Thomas?
Yes, correct.
Nope. No, he's not.
Oh, I just spoke to the DDC. They said he was on.
I apologize, Madam Clerk.
Does he have an alias?
Does he have an alias? We have a Kaban Thomas. That's the only Tom.
Is the case number on that 2008?
No, it's a 19 case. No, sir, it's not. And DDC, unfortunately, gave you information that they have no control over. They're not the people that put anything on the list. If you could give us your cell phone number, Officer Love will call you. It may be on the 230 list. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, that's great. It's 734-223-6922.
And the defendant's name is Reginald Thomas?
Reginald Thomas, yes, sir.
Thomas.
Should be a CCW, and I have a case number if that makes things any easier.
No, that's fine. And your name again? Is this?
Yes, sir. It's
Hasha?
Vincent. Yeah, Vincent Haisha. Haisha.
Okay, officer. The next.
One more thing, P number.
And your P number, please.
Yes, 76506.
Thank you, counsel. Officer, we started 2:30 our next docket. Officer Love will give you a call one way or the other to let you know if it's on the docket, and then you can just zoom in and take care of it if it is. Make sense?
Is there a different courtroom doing morning arraignments, or is this it?
This is all for felony arraignments unless it's assigned to a judge, but this was all we have for felony arraignments.
No, that's it. So maybe 2:30 then. We'll double check.
Okay, sounds good. Be safe.
Hey, thanks again. Bye-bye.
Yes, see ya.
You have any attorney, sir?
No, sir. Thanks for asking. We have the best Mr. Reagan is the only one that we have. So at your pleasure.
Have your sandwich and then come on in.
What are you looking for, sir? You want to go ahead? Did you check Officer Love's pocket? Listen to that. Listen to the young ones. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Your name, please.
Thank
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Again, good morning. 1 moment, sir. Mr. Thompson, you're here for case number 19046-581, People State of Michigan versus Kavan Maurice Thompson, counselor.
Your Honor, may I please solemnly report good morning, Philip Reagan, 57156. On behalf of Kavan Thompson, waive the reading stand. You, Mr. Thompson, have been advised of his constitutional rights, Your Honor.
For a waive formal reading and information under plea of not guilty, we'll get to the court date in a moment as to the bond.
As the bond judge, my client's 21 years of age, lives in Detroit, lifetime resident of Detroit. He lives alone, judge, does not live with the complaining witness, who was county court, a girlfriend. He has no prior convictions. He did have a trespassing judge back in 2017 and was dismissed. He's not currently on probation or parole. He's laid off from Maru Sushi and Grill. He was a cook and dishwasher. He was laid off due to COVID. He worked there for approximately 2 to 3 years. He's a high school graduate. He understands he's to have absolutely no contact with Mr. Prater. He understands he's to appear in all court dates. Again, he's not on probation or parole this time, Judge, and he will not have contact, but will request a personal bond.
Thank you. Thompson, this is a very serious allegation. It's an assaultive allegation. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, your lack of employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond. The court's unaware of any capious issue or criminal conviction. Very concerning, Mr. Thompson. It's an assaultive allegation, and it also concerns not only an allegation that you punched the individual in the face, bit her on the left cheek, but you proceeded to threaten the individual's life, stating, quote, "I'll kill you," and proceeded to allegedly assault from that point further. The court notes that you have no prior convictions, and the information provided by counsel. Mr. Thompson, during this bond, sir, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
That's understood.
And absolutely no contact with Kiana Prater, and that means no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact. Is that understood?
Understood.
And the court's scheduling a pretrial date, Mr. Thompson, that you must attend on August the 26th, which is a Wednesday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. Mr. Thompson, that will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released from the officers on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that clear?
Oh, that's clear.
Mr. Thompson, the court's inclined to release you on a personal bond, and based on the presence of threats, you are going to be fit with a GPS tether prior to release. Given the information placed on the record, your bond is set $11,000 personal bond. Mr. Thompson, absolutely no contact with Miss Prater. Make sure and attend that Zoom hearing date, August 26th, in front of Judge Garrett. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Right there in the bullpen. In the bullpen.
Good morning, your name?
Michael Jones.
Morning, Mr. Jones. You're here, Mr. Jones, before the court because you have a warrant for your arrest for failing to appear at the 36th District Court regarding case number 18045-340, People State of Michigan versus Michael Jones, counsel.
So right on behalf of Mr. Michael Jones, Your Honor, waive the formal reading. Saying me, Mr. Jones, has been advised of his constitutional rights, Your Honor.
Court will waive formal reading and information, enter a plea of, this appears as this is a review date, it's an adjudicated matter. Mr. Jones, a review date will be scheduled that you must attend on Tuesday, August the 11th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant, which will be held, Mr. Jones, via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information from the officers before you're released on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that clear?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty, please enter as to the bond.
As the bond says, that matter was a matter that my client complaint was 3-count casino. Judge, he had a violation of probation, I believe, back in July of 2019, the rain and a few days in September, which the bond was set at 1,000 cash. For that particular case, Judge, I would note that since September of 2019, more recently, Judge, as of maybe March of this year, we've had a pandemic, and there's been some difficulties.
Do you know what the violation was for?
Judge, I don't know exactly. I believe the violation probably was for non-reporting. Mr. Jones, did you report on that 3-count casino as a malicious destruction of property case? Do you remember reporting to probation?
Yeah.
Okay, so Judge, I don't have a copy of the violation. I don't know if the court would have it in the file. I apologize.
No, and that's, thank you for that information.
Well, Your Honor, I'm hopeful that when we go before Judge Bryant, she will be able to resolve the matter. It's non-assaultive. I'm asking the court to consider, I know this court does have to deal with the change bond based on the pandemic. And I'm asking the court based on the fact it's not assaultive. And my client currently works at the parking lot, Judge, in the downtown Detroit area. He's graduated from Dearborn Fortson High School. He suffers from bipolar disorder, anxiety, Judge. He takes medications for that. So there's some mental health issues that my client has to deal with. but I'm asking the court to consider giving him one more chance to come to court. And Mr. Jones, you need to come to court and make sure you make all.
Yes, I will show up. Yes, I will
Mr.
show
Jones,
up.
it is very important. Thank you. You have another matter as well, Mr. Jones. It's very important that you show up. You've demonstrated in the past that you failed to do so. You have capious history on the matter we're handling. You have capious history on some other allegations before the court we're handling next. And it's very concerning that the information alleged in the bench warrant is that you failed to pay court costs, you failed to complete any community service, you failed to obtain a mental health evaluation, and failed to appear for a review date. Mr. Jones, my court's understanding is you're locked up for not listening to the court, sir. You have to listen to the court so you don't get locked up just for not listening. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Jones, the court takes consideration current epidemic facing the nation, that serious nature of this allegation, the information provided by counsel. During this bond, Mr. Jones, you are not to attend any casinos, no casinos.
Okay.
Is that understood? I think they're opening back up today.
Yes. I'm staying away
Okay, so
from
no
it.
casino. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Given the information stated on the record, the serious nature of this allegation, which is not an assaultive bond, will be set $1,000 personal bond. You're going to be released on a personal bond on this matter, Mr. Jones. No casinos. And you have a
Yeah, I got
Zoom
you.
hearing date, August the 11th at 8:30 in front of Judge Bryant. Stand by,
All right, thank
Mr. Jones. You're welcome. You have additional matters. And did you have an opportunity to read, sign, and understand an advice of rights form today?
No.
That's okay. Listen closely. I'll read you your rights. If you have any questions, let the court know. Sir, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights, Mr. Jones?
Yes.
You're here on this matter we're handling first. It's an allegation where you have a warrant for your arrest for failing to appear at the 36th District Court. On this matter, Mr. Jones, the court's inclined as well to release you on a personal bond. Though you've demonstrated, as stated on this matter and in the past, you failed to appear. It's very important you attend your pretrial date on this matter that will be scheduled on Friday, August the 14th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Blount. That as well, Mr. Jones, will be heard via Zoom. As with the last matter, you'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but that's your responsibility. Is that understood?
Yep.
Okay, and you're here for V105483, August 13th, 2018, posting signs without a permit on a sidewalk, bonds $100 personal bond. This one charges a misdemeanor allegation, carries up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail as the maximum fine and penalty. Court will recall the warrant, set aside capious, and plea of not guilty on this matter. Mr. Jones, you have a Zoom hearing, as a reminder, August the 14th, 8:30, 36th District Court in front of Judge Blount. Good luck with that matter, Mr. Jones. You also have 200-56276, People State of Michigan versus Michael Jones.
Well, regular, we got Mr. Michael Jones, ready to read stand. Mr. Jones has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Court will wait for him reading on their plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court or dates in a moment as to the bond.
So that's the bond. I will renew my motion, Judge. My client is working parking lots downtown Detroit, high school graduates, bipolar anxiety. The complaint judge on this particular case is a Brittany Bolden, Your Honor. My client understands he is not to have any contact with Ms. Bolden. He did talk about that this morning, Judge. Based on that information, I'd ask for a reasonable bond, Judge. It's not personal. My client lives alone. We do have information to contact him so that he understands he has to come back to court for all these 4 days. Mr. Jones, you understand that, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you reside at the 9601 Greenfield?
No, I will reside at 80 East Hancock Street now.
Is that where Miss Borden resides, on the Greenfield address?
No, that was where I was residing before.
She resides on Schaefer?
I don't know. That part I don't know no more. I haven't
Okay.
had no contact with her no.
Mr. Jones, you're on probation.
Mr. Jones, okay.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, you're on probation for a similar related offense of domestic violence, is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that against the same Miss Borden?
It is, Judge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is, it is.
Okay, and that's very concerning, Mr. Jones. You have very serious allegations before the court. You're on probation for an assault of crime against the same alleged victim before the court. And the court takes consideration you have capious history, numerous capious history on different matters that we just handled this morning before 36th District Court. That gives the court concern regarding your intention to appear and handle this matter as ordered. Also, taking into consideration current epidemic facing the nation, your employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond, as stated, the fact you're on probation and have prior criminal convictions which are assaulted against the same alleged victim. Very concerning as well, Mr. Jones, is in the investigator's report. It indicates, based on text messages, you indicated, quote, "You have been warned. I swear on her life, I'm coming for her and to show you who the fuck you're fucking with. I know where to catch the bus and at what time you leaves, try me." Those are
No, I
very
never said
serious allegations. These are just allegations, Mr. Jones.
Your
These,
Honor, I apologize, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
I just spoke to Mr. Jones, he informed me this morning, he was feeling threatened by Miss Burke and her fiance kept threatening him and threatening to hurt him, and he was scared for his life. But like I said, Mr. Jones is the one before this honorable court with the case.
and Mr. Jones has a PPO against him by Miss Brittany Borden that was valid during this incident. And so regardless of what he believes, he has had no contact, is my understanding, based on the PPO that was, and also he's on probation. And I could assume that he has had a no contact based on the conviction of probation, but regardless, he does have a valid PPO against him. And these are serious charges.
That's correct. And I don't think he's been sentenced on that last case yet.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So, Mr. Jones, during this bond, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes.
And absolutely no contact with Brittany Jean Borden, and absolutely no contact with Mark Jenkins. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that understood?
Yes, I understand.
Thank you. And Mr. Jones, on this matter, the court is scheduling two court dates that you must attend them both. Court scheduling a probable cause conference August the 13th. You have a right to a preliminary examination August the 20th. Those are both on a Thursday. Both at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge King. And both the court dates, as well as with the latter matters, Mr. Jones, will all be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology, which you'll get information on how to connect before you're released. Place of the offense.
Judge, I apologize. I just want to make sure that my client can handle all matters today. There might be another case outstanding, a 2019 case, 19-45674.
Okay.
Mr. Jones,
Is Madam Clerk looking into it?
she's looking at it right
Thank you, I
now.
appreciate that. And Mr. Jones, you are not to go back to the area or location of 16619 Schaefer, apartment 18 in Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood?
Yes.
Thank you. Given the information placed, and also before you release, you're to be fit with the GPS tether based on the presence of threats and the concerns the court has being on the information placed on the record. You're on probation for a similar related, or you have been pled or found guilty of a similar related.
I think it's a case in sentencing, and we're going to get the file for this honorable court probably this afternoon.
Somebody's gonna bring it in.
Thank you. So it's very clear, no contact with Miss Borden, and no, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that all understood, Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Thank you. Given the information placed on the record and provided by counsel and the concerns the court has, bond on this matter set in the amount. $11,010%. Good luck, Mr. Jones. Make sure and listen to the court, sir.
Okay, so bad? Let's get everything first. You still got something else there?
Are we doing the other case?
Madam Clerk called on it, and if we, they're gonna try to bring the file in, this morning, so if we only have 2 more mails.
Come on, let's put some on a person.
I'll let you know if we get the file before the end of the docket, officer.
Last name?
DeRay Fisher?
Good morning, Mr. Fisher, one moment.
Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you. Mr. Fisher, you're for case number 200575565, People State of Michigan versus DeRay Allen Fisher. Counsel.
Counsel, right on behalf of Mr. Fisher, waive the readings and Mr. Fisher has to advise his counsel.
For waive formal reading. Enter a plea of not guilty. Mr. Fisher, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference that you must attend Wednesday, August the 26th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Fisher. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect for that Zoom hearing on August 26th at 8:30 in front of Judge King, 36th District Court. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Not guilty, please entered as to the bond.
That's the one, 28 years, 28 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit, Your Honor, works for Detroit Dumpsters, has so for the past 5 years, has a GED, but is currently on complaint for a narcotics matter. This is not assault on his face, Judge. This particular case, he lives with his fiancee and 2 kids, he has no contact with the police. I'd ask for a personal bond.
Thank you. This is a very serious felony allegation, Mr. Fisher, but it's non-assaultive as stated by counsel. Court takes consideration your employment status as relates to ability to post bond, current epidemic facing the nation. Your fact that you're on probation for an unrelated non-assaultive allegation concerns the court. During this bond, Mr. Fisher, you are not to use any alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
If the court releases you on a personal bond, you're listening to the court, you're making the court dates and following all orders. Is that what you're telling the court?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Given information placed on the record, the serious nature of this allegation, lack of capious history the court's aware of, epidemic facing the nation, bond will be set, $10,000 personal bond. You're welcome. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Fisher. Good luck, sir. Listen to the court's order.
Okay.
White line, first and last name? Come on, bro.
Gerald Williams.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. You're here for case number 2005891, People State of Michigan versus Gerald Edward Williams. Counsel.
Right on behalf of Mr. Gerald Williams, waive the readings and Mr. Williams has to advise his counsel.
Thank you. Court will waive formal reading of the information and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Williams scheduled 2 court dates that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference on August the 19th, which is a Wednesday. It's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, August 26th. That's at 1:30 p.m. Also 36th District Court, also Judge Jones. Both court dates on the 19th and 26th, Mr. Williams, will be held via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. If you're released, the officers will give you information on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Can I ask you a question, Judge?
No.
If it's all right.
Hold on.
You can ask me anything you want, Mr. Williams, but your attorney is here to represent you. You're being recorded, sir. Anything that you say could be used against you. Your counsel is indicating that he would like you to wait before you ask any questions. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, sir.
If you haven't, okay, so we'll proceed. If you have any questions, best to ask counsel possibly first, but we'll proceed. Not guilty, please entered as to the bond.
That's the bond, Judge. Mr. Williams is 41 years of age, Judge. He's a lifetime resident of Detroit, Judge. He's employed with Chrysler North America. And Your Honor, I just want to make it clear, these matters are serious, but I think the warrant was just recently signed back in July. The incident date states it was from February 25th of this year. Now, in talking to Mr. Williams, the complaining witness is his wife's children. Now, he hasn't seen these kids in over 3 years, Judge, according to Mr. Williams. So that's one of the things that we talked about. He has other information, Judge, that we're going to prepare the defense for, and I told him that's going to come later. Today it's just his arraignment, but he hasn't seen the kids in 3 years. He's been living with his girlfriend, another young lady, for the past 4 years. So it's his representation. He hasn't had any contact with Andrew White, hasn't seen Andrew White. I just wanted the court to know that for purposes of today, Judge. I understand the court's responsibility to set mine, but I just wanted Mr. Williams to know that we're going to, he's going to have a valid defense prepared, a vigorous defense. If in fact he has not seen any of these kids for the last 3 years, then any incident that happened on 22520 should not have involved Mr. Williams, Judge. So I'm asking the court for reasonable bond at this time.
And I apologize, his employment status?
I'm sorry.
His employment status, I
Oh,
apologize.
he was working, Judge, in Chrysler, North
That's right.
America. Mr. Williams, are you still at Chrysler, North America?
Yes, sir.
Good luck with the employment, sir. These are very serious assaultive allegations, and the court takes into consideration the information provided by your attorney, as well as the current epidemic facing our nation, your employment status as stated as it relates to ability to post bond. Your prior criminal convictions, which include a conviction in 96 for criminal sexual conduct, second degree, conviction, felony, attempted prisoner possession of weapons, as well as 2 convictions for failing to comply with registration, all concerning to the court regarding the safety of the public. These are very serious allegations, which include at least 4 or 5 charges that are life offenses. Some the court takes into consideration the serious nature as well as assaultive nature of these allegations, as well as the information investigators report the epidemic facing our nation. During this bond, Mr. Williams, there's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance, and you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. Williams, during this bond, you are not to have any contact with Elia Thompson and no contact with Andrea White. And that means no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. Very.
Thank you. And absolutely do not go back to their address or the area or premises at all of the area or premises of 17181 Mansfield Street, Detroit, Michigan 48235. Do not go to that area or premises. These are very serious assaultive allegations. These are allegations where you sexually assaulted 2 minor individual women, ages of around 11 and 9-year-old children. And given your prior criminal convictions, the information placed on the record, bond on this matter set in the amount $200,000 cash surety. Good luck, Mr. Williams. The females?
Yeah, I don't think we have any more males left, except for Mr. Jones. We don't have a problem.
Okay. Officers, we'll meet you on the female side. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, they were prepping a phone. Did you want to call them back? Or I'm sorry, for Jones, Michael Jones.
It's up to you guys, yeah. If they want to, if they can bring it in, we can finish these and go back.
Okay,
It's
that's
up,
cool.
yeah, just go ahead and knock that out.
Okay.
Is that okay with you, Phil?
Yeah.
Do you need to speak with him first?
No, I spoke to Mr. Jones. I thought he had the case and something to the docket. I remember walking in this morning losing my ears. I was talking. So I probably left the case in the car.
Oh, your ear case? Oh, yeah, because you were talking when you got out your car. Claudia's like me. I don't know if we can afford those fancy earbuds that you got. Does she? Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
State your name, please.
Kendra Thornton.
Thank you, miss. Thornton, one moment. Ms. Thornton, you're here before the court on case number 10059-417, People State of Michigan versus Kendra Iris Thornton. Counsel.
So right on behalf of the Thornton,
Court waive formal reading of the information and her plea of not guilty, Ms. Thornton, and the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, Ms. Thornton, that you must attend August the 26th, which is a Wednesday. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Ms. Thornton, that matter will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect via Zoom for that court hearing, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
Franklin's senior citizens home. She lives with her 3 kids, 16, 10, and 3, in the city of Detroit. Since then, her back in March of 2010, about 2 years ago, Judge, I asked the court for personal bond, just no contest.
Do you have any reason to go to Detroit Edison Public School Academy?
I'm sorry, what did you say? I can't hear you.
Do you have any reason to go to the Detroit Edison Public School Academy?
Do I have any reason to go up there?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so you're not to go to that area or location of that school, do you understand?
Yes.
Court takes consideration the age of this allegation, the serious nature of the information, the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the allegations set forth and information provided by counsel, and for those reasons, bond will be set. $5,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond. You're welcome. Good luck, Ms. Thornton. Make sure and listen to the court. Do not go to that area or location. And then you have that Zoom hearing you must attend on August 26th at 8:30.
All
Good
right,
luck.
thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name?
Lynette Page.
Good morning, Miss Page. One moment. Ms. Page, you're here before the court regarding case number 1904647, People State of Michigan versus Lynette Denise Page. Counselor.
So right on behalf of Ms. Page, for the reasons that Ms. Page has been advised for constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Ms. Page, the court is scheduling a pretrial date that you must attend on August the 26th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. That matter, Ms. Page, on August 26th at 8:30, thank you, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Not
What's that date again? I apologize.
August 26th, Wednesday, 8:30 in front of Judge Bryant. You're welcome. Not guilty, please enter that to the bond.
That's the bond, Judge. My client is 27 years of age, lifelong resident of Detroit. No prior criminal history, just she has 2 kids, 4 and 6 years of age. She's a diabetic. She's currently pregnant. She found out about the score and she walked into the Detroit Executive Center this morning to turn herself in. And she reported to court now, Judge. I asked the court to consider a personal bond. This matter allegedly occurred back in November of 2019. She will have no contact with Keisha Robinson while this matter is pending.
You turned yourself in, Ms. Page?
Yes.
That's something the court takes into consideration, that you surrendered yourself to authorities on these allegations, which are very serious assaultive allegations. The court is unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions. Taking into consideration the information provided by counsel, employment status, and releasability to post bond, as well as the epidemic facing the nation, Ms. Page, the court's inclined to release you on a personal bond today. You have to listen to all orders of the court so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. Does that make sense?
Yes.
During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Keisha Robinson. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Keisha Robinson. Is that understood?
Yes.
Given the information placed on the record provided by counsel as alleged investigators report, bond will be set $10,000 personal bond. You're welcome. Good luck, Miss Page. You're being released on a personal bond, ma'am. Make sure and listen to the court's orders.
Thank you.
Thank you. Officer, we have that last file for Michael Jones. Will you meet us on the mail side, sir?
Be there in just a minute.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. What's that? What about it? She's in school? Oh, that's her school? Oh, wow. Was that what she did? It wasn't Carrington's, was it? Bring her back!
I know, right? They say she stole $40.
That was like 10 years ago. It said Anita Ice.
It was. Vanilla ice, did you say?
Yeah, it said Anita Ice.
Oh, I thought you said vanilla ice. I was like, yeah, that's over 10 years ago.
I'm like, I didn't even know it was Trey Ellis. It said Anita Ice. I thought she took it or something like.
Good morning again, sir. You got one more matter, Mr. Jones. You have a warrant for your arrest, and we're going to handle everything so you don't have any warrants once we finish up today, okay? And could you state your name one more time, please?
Michael Jones.
Thank you. And Mr. Jones, this matter is regarding case number 190456674, People State of Michigan versus Michael Jones, counsel.
Correct. We have Michael Jones, we have reading to you. Mr. Jones has to advise the constitutional right.
Court wait formal reading the information in our plea of not guilt, or this is set for sentencing, Mr. Jones. It appears you failed to appear for a sentencing on or about December 20th of 2019. A sentencing date will be scheduled that you must attend August the 26th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. Is that understood? August 26th.
Yep.
Thank you. Not guilt, or matter set for sentencing as the bond.
As I did previously. Mr. Jones, Your Honor, this written burden is before you. You haven't been sitting here today, and hopefully that you can resolve to some type of probation or counseling without any incarceration. My client is getting locked up, Judge. Actually, he's been locked up the last couple of days. But I would ask the court to consider the fact that you're putting him on a tether on other cases to grant a personal bond on this matter. You'll be monitored by the tether unit as his movements anywhere he goes. He will have no contact with Ms. Burton, Judge. In fact, my client again tells me he's threatened by her, and he is, even though she has a PTO, he's threatened by her and will have no contact.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, the court has the concerns as stated on your prior matters. This is a very serious allegation, assault of conviction. And Mr. Jones, the court concerns greatly lie not only in the safety of Ms. Borden, who another allegation we just handled is levied against, an assaultive allegation against yourself, by yourself against Ms. Borden, but very concerning is the capious history that we continue to see throughout the day on matters that pertain to you, Mr. Jones. This is a third matter before the court, at least where the court is aware that you failed to appear after being ordered to do so, and that gives the court concern regarding your intention to appear and handle this matter as ordered. Given the current epidemic facing the nation, the serious nature of this allegation, employment status as relates to ability to post bond, the court's inclined to release you on a personal bond on this matter, Mr. Jones. Prior to release, you're to be fit with a GPS tether During the bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and as with the latter matter against Ms. Borden, there is absolutely no contact with Brittany Borden, which as stated means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Ms. Brittany Borden. Is that understood, sir?
Yes.
Given the information placed on the record, your prior capious history as well as convictions as assaults of allegations set before the court, bond will be set $18,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond on a lot of matters before the court, though you've demonstrated you've not appeared in the past, Mr. Jones. Make sure and attend your court date, sir, so you don't get locked up just for not showing up to court. Good luck, Mr. Jones.
I'll show it to all of them.
You're welcome. Officer, do we have any males or females at 48 hours that you're aware of that can't wait till the afternoon?
Sir, we've been good.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for your help this morning. Have a nice afternoon, sir.